Jeff, you know I love my dog. My dog is a perfect prince.
Yes, he's always so happy to see me. I always love it.
He's a bright, shining ray of joy, and he's very delicate, as are all dogs. They don't seem delicate, but in the summer they are particularly delicate. You need to watch your dogs in the heat. Make sure that they're not getting dehydrated.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not tying them up or leaving them in a place that is too hot for them. Make sure you're testing the ground when you take them on a walk, and make sure that the ground is not too hot for them. They're perfect princes and princesses, all of them, and just make sure that you're treating them as such in these hot summer months. Nice. Then you're going to nail this. You're going to nail this, but Kylo is the best name. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
This is an interesting idea. Lauren DeMember sent us a story.
This is an interesting idea. You don't know me. I don't know you. We both have somebody in our lives that we want to get rid of. Chris Cross.
We'll make you jump.
Christopher Cross.
We'll make you sail away. What do you think about moving toward a cashless society?
Love it.
This is an article that Lauren sent us about Sweden taking steps to become a completely cashless country.
Okay.
Phasing out currency and going all digital with plastic or even mobile phone payments like Apple Pay or whatever.
Had a layover in Sweden while I was going somewhere else.
Right.
I honestly did not see, and I made a mental note of this because it was so strange.
A single bikini team.
Single bikini team.
And I don't understand it because I'm in Sweden.
No fish.
What? Not a fish in sight?
Not a single fish in the airport.
Did you look for the red ones?
Yeah. Cash drawer.
On cash registers?
There was one cash drawer.
Wow.
At one sandwich place.
Yeah.
The rest of them in the airport were just chip and pin.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. So Sweden is moving that way in a big way, and they're already almost completely cashless. But there are a few areas in the United States, including one locality in the Boston area, that is attempting to do sort of that on a municipal level. And they're trying to institute a few restaurants and coffee chains and stuff that literally no cash allowed, no cash payments.
And of course, everybody is freaking out because what if the system goes down? What if everything's hacked? How secure is this stuff?
Right.
What if there's a computing error? What if there's... And, you know, man, here's my usual response to that. What if you lose your wallet? What if you get mugged in the street?
Right.
What if you, all of these things are much more dangerous and likely to happen. What if you lose a $20 bill in the wash and you don't find it? That's more likely than any computer error or hacking.
Probably has happened to me dozens of times already,
well,
and
you're
a computer
flush with
hack
cash.
has never. What?
You got that money.
Well, I drop $20 bills just because I want to make it rain, Anthony. You know me.
I put $20 bills in with my wash specifically to lose them because they're like a beautiful fabric softener.
Yeah, you've never felt more comfortable in your own clothes than when it has been washed with money. That's what I always say. Wash your clothes with money.
Wash your clothes with money and they'll always come back to you. Teach your clothes to fish.
Yeah.
And they'll drown.
Teach your clothes to Swedish fish. You're talking my language. I hate cash. I never have it on me. Ever. I'm always that guy when you get to a place and it's like, oh, we only take cash. I'm like, what? Then I can't deal with you because
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm never the guy that has the tip.
I have eaten this meal and I cannot pay for it.
I can't tip the valet guy. Like I can't use valet because I don't have a tip for the guy because there's no cash on me. I just don't have it with me.
I don't use valet because of reasons.
Well, I don't use valet because I'm cheap.
Okay, that's a reason.
Yeah. What are your reasons?
Feels like an artificial construct specifically to just make money.
Well, there's that. I also feel like the challenge of finding a parking spot is one that I need to conquer. There are parking spots. I'm gonna find them.
Yeah.
And if I have to use valet, I'm defeated, and also I have no cash.
Also, I don't like that when I'm done at a place, when I'm through with the place. And you know, people who live outside of LA, we should not you should not think that Jeff and I are going to fancy places. What you need to know
There's
is
no
that
parking.
LA is entirely based on a valet system.
That's because there's no parking.
If you go anywhere busy,
yeah.
they have a valet. Because they do. They have small parking lots.
Parking lots. Nobody has a parking lot. They have a series of metered street spots that have a convoluted series of signs on them telling you these bizarre algorithm of days and times that you can get a ticket.
But the places that do have parking lots have valets.
Yeah.
Because they have small parking lots.
Right.
And they should only be for people who are there, but they're willing to cram every single car in there for $5 each.
Right.
My biggest problem with that is when I get done at the place and I'm ready to leave the place.
Yeah.
I just want to leave the place.
You don't want to stand there waiting for the guy to fetch your car.
I want to stand there in a line for the guys to fetch the cars, and then the
Right.
cars come, and then you get in the and then like you don't have cash on you.
Right.
You don't have $1, and the guy looks at you, and you're a dick because you don't have $1.
Yeah.
Because you didn't expect to valet.
Right.
Because why does every place have valet?
If I could just like swipe my card at that guy's face.
Dude, when a valet has a swipey swipe,
Yeah. That never happens.
sometimes it happens.
Really? And you're
Yeah.
able to, that's what I think the whole like Square movement, you know, the app Square that lets you put in a tip on a thing. Although that's a little annoying too, because then they like hand you the sign, and I just walked up to your food truck. Like, do you need a tip for your food truck? Because I'm paying $15 for a fucking sandwich.
Nobody's making you tip.
Well, you hand me the sign. It says add tip. Which one would you like to select? And they go, select your preference. And then I go, no tip, because that's my preference. And now I'm the dick. How did I become the dick?
No, you're not, because if they're doing it right, they don't see that you said no tip. You hit it, you sign, you hit finish, it goes away. They never know.
They know based on proximity of my finger.
You know what
They're
I like-
looking at my finger.
You know
I
what
can
I-
see them looking at my finger.
You know what I like to do?
What do you like to do?
Reach out with your pointer towards one, and then real quick, pointer goes in, thumb goes out
Oh, nice.
onto the 0, and then when you pull back, thumb goes back in, pointer comes back out.
The old switcheroo.
It's like a magic trick.
I like that.
I haven't tipped anybody since 1984.
You also got their nose.
But up until I was 4, I was a real big tipper.
Nice.
No, I tip anybody who asks me for a tip.
Can I have a tip?
I'm that person. If you hand me a screen that's like, tip, I'm like, yeah, people need money. And then like,
Oh, so I am the asshole because I
You're
don't.
kind of an ass-
I feel like
I feel bad whenever I can't tip someone. I
really.
do.
You just tip everybody.
Here's my thing.
I feel like tipping.
If they ask, yeah, I probably do.
At a food truck, you tip.
Sure.
What did they do?
They sit in a fucking hot food truck for 8 hours.
They charged me $15 for a sandwich.
Did you enjoy the sandwich?
I paid for it. I paid for the fucking sandwich.
That's great.
There's no service.
No service.
What service did they give me?
They're dealing with a high crowd at all times. There is no slow time at a food truck. Food trucks come out, it's all rush, they leave. They're sitting in an incredibly tiny kitchen that is super hard to work in.
Uh-huh.
They are fucking sweating to death. That $15 that goes into your sandwich, it's an expensive sandwich, sure. But do you know why it's an expensive sandwich?
Because they're a goddamn food truck and they can say it was handcrafted and gourmet.
That's part of it, but a bigger part of it is the permit to park there, to
Right.
be a food truck. A bigger part of it is the cost
Should
of
have
running
valeted.
the cost of running a food truck, because that generator is always on. It's
Well, they don't have to rent a storefront. They're still sticking it to the man because they're pulling up in front of the other lunch place that I've gone to 300 times. And I'm like, ooh, something new. And that lunch place is like, I pay rent to be here, motherfuckers.
I get
and
it,
the
man.
food truck is like,
You don't-
tip me.
I get it, man. You don't think people deserve money to live. I understand. I get where you're coming from. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people just don't want people to get paid for hard work.
Yeah,
And I understand. You're one of them. I get it.
I do hate
I get it, man.
an honest day's living.
You.
I do.
With your Ford commercials and your appearances in Scandal.
Yeah, I know. I am the bourgeoisie.
Hollywood Jeff Canada.
Living it up.
Oh, Hollywood Jeff Canada pulled himself up by his own bootstraps. He suggests you do the same, young man.
I'm literally on a show where all we do is ask people for tips. Literally,
Yep.
the only way we fund the show is through tipping, through non-required payment.
Well, thank God you don't pay that forward.
God damn it. I've been hoisted on my own petard.
Do you know why I don't tip? Or do you know why I do tip all the time?
Because you're a good man. You're a good,
No, it has
genuine,
nothing to do with that.
kind-hearted man.
I am not a good person at all.
I tip.
But
I just
what
don't
I
tip
am-
in certain situations.
What I am is I'm somebody who like I just spent 10 years in New York working like shitty restaurant and bartending and weird
I'm
other
always
jobs.
very good to my waiter.
No.
That's actually a beautiful service
Of
that
course
I'm
it is.
providing. Walking up to a truck, I just put in a different category.
Sure, and I get that, but if somebody asks me for a tip, I give it to them because I just remember what it was like to live mostly off of a bad wage and tips.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I hear
fine.
ya.
If you ask me for a tip, I will give it to you. Fine. And I also don't go out a lot. Because
You find it novel. Ooh, a tip?
no, I just like, because I know that I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to every place and everywhere along the way is going to ask me for a tip.
And just don't
I'm
leave the
just
house.
going to do it. The guy who parks my car is going to want a tip.
Yeah.
The person who makes my sandwich wants a tip. Everybody along the way.
It's true.
I cut my hair with a Flowbee that I bought off of an infomercial from
You don't want to have to tip
1997.
people. I never know how much to tip a haircut. Anyway, that's it. We're getting off on a tangent. I want to talk about cashless.
But when everybody is cashless, it'll be so much easier for me to tip people because
Yeah.
I won't be the guy that doesn't have the dollar.
That's right. Yeah. You can tip anything. It's not just what's in your pocket.
Yeah.
I think the idea of removing currency on a national level isn't bad. And I know that it will remove anonymity from transactions. You are
Sure.
no longer transactionally anonymous.
What are you buying? Drugs and sex and guns?
Right.
What do you need to be anonymous for?
Put it on my card. Venmo me.
Yeah.
Venmo me for my cash and for my drugs.
yeah, just in
and
the Venmo
sex.
note, don't put illegal guns.
Put something else.
Put something else, man.
Yeah. The
Put illegal drugs.
sex gun drug mart needs to just change its name to Happy Fun Town. And then everybody's happy in the fun town.
There are things that people are worried about because anonymous transactions go away. You can't just be somebody who came in somewhere and bought something and didn't have data collected about you.
Right. That's
Right?
true too. Everything is always known about you.
Mm-hmm.
And we should, I guess, have the freedom to purchase things anonymously, but do we? Is that really a thing we need to have?
Sure.
I
think
we
there's an important-
probably should.
I think there's an importance to it. I think there is a level of control that we lose as people in a cashless society. But maybe this just shows my naivete or my trust in technology or
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm just like, I'm not super worried. I know it's something that I should be worried about, but I'm not.
I agree. I'm not either. And I feel like the win, which is convenience, organization in my personal life, but also like eliminating
Not touching money.
not touching money, eliminating all of the sort of bad parts about anonymous transactions, which is pretty much every criminal activity relies on that. Maybe that would be a net positive for us as a culture.
Sure. There's also the idea of like, hey man, what if these systems collapse? What if or even not even permanently, temporarily,
Yeah.
you know? We lose internet
Right.
in a part of town and all of a sudden business grinds to a halt. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a bummer.
Then we could just sort of trade pelts again. Temporarily.
But like you're talking about bit pelts.
Yeah, BitPelt, which is phenomenally.
I send my e-furriers, my e-trappers
Yeah.
out into the digital forest.
Right. You mine some
And I
digital
trap
furs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I trade you for my digital pottery that I've been working on.
Yeah.
And we have a completely all digital bit transaction, pottery for furs.
Mm-hmm. And then when my bit trappers die of dysentery,
Yeah.
I have to replace them, which is a bummer, but it just shows you that like, hey man,
Cost of doing business.
no system's perfect.
Cost of doing business.
Yeah.
E-business.
I think there is that danger, right? Like we've all been somewhere where, oh, credit card machine's down, sorry.
Yeah.
That's the fucking worst.
But
now
then, that's
imagine,
because they're asking for cash. That's why it's the worst.
but now imagine it's like that. There is no alternative for anybody when that happens.
yeah.
You know when the credit card machine goes down and those three motherfuckers that always have a 20 in their wallet walk up and they're like, "Hey man, I'll have a fancy coffee." These guys won't, but I will.
Yeah.
It's me, Cash Jerry.
I'm not that guy. I'm not Cash Jerry.
I'm cool Cash Jerry, and I'll take that coffee.
yeah.
bye. And then he like rolls off on his penny board.
He does, and he didn't buy any coffee for anybody else. Everyone was just sad leaving, watching.
Because they can't Venmo him.
No.
And they're strangers. How's he going to get his money? How's he going to get his money back?
Cash Jerry don't care.
Cash Jerry is so laid back.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care,
anything.
man.
Just all cash all the time.
Fucking Cash Jerry.
He doesn't
I
even
love
deal
this
in
guy.
change. It's all paper money for Cash Jerry.
He does traffic a lot of heroin. He does. And so that is stressful in his life.
Yeah.
But like the day-to-day transactions,
Oh, so
Cash
breezy.
Jerry doesn't
He's just
care.
happy to be out and safe and away
Yeah.
from the flop house.
yeah. And have 15 minutes where like, have that 15 minutes after he gets his fix, but before withdrawal sets in.
Yeah.
Where he can think straight and ride his penny board and remember the good times.
You know the thing that's hard for
Played by Jared Leto.
the only thing that's hard for Cash Jerry is that he hates withdrawals, but he loves withdrawals. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through withdrawals with Cash Jerry, you really don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It could be either.
I hope you die in an e-fire is what I hope. But yeah, so I think I'm worried about those things. Those times when these things will grind to a halt because
Yeah.
the network is down. The network
guess.
is down. The network is down. Delta cancels 800 flights in one day. The network is down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are times when this system does grind to a halt. And it would be nice like if some business could still get done, if we could still go about our day in some way.
And I recognize that it empowers the banking system in a way that may be a little
Oh. Dude, you think
intense
they think you
and
can
unhealthy.
You think they can hold your money and charge you fees now?
Yeah.
Like imagine when you have literally no recourse. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, but still, like, Sweden seems like such a nice place, and, like, I would like to just, not have to have cash in my wallet, and, like, just, feel like it'd be easy.
No,
and,
I
like,
think so.
just put a chip in my neck, and like,
And just
I'll
follow me around.
just, like, monitor all my
digitally.
transactions, because
My transactions and my habits.
money is, like, it's, like, dirty,
Yeah,
and
it's like gross.
and I'm like, I just don't need it, so, I don't know.
I
understand, but I kind of still feel like
I
I would
love
make
both.
that.
I love both systems because one's sci-fi as fuck, and I dig on that.
Yeah.
One's just like so cool, and the other one's like really practical, and it
Yeah.
really works. But imagine the eliminating the cost of printing money
Right.
and losing money on printing money, and the fact that like depending on the value of a penny
Yeah.
costs more than a penny to make.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, getting rid of that in a way, but also just eliminate the penny. Actually, if you just eliminate the penny, I'm super happy.
Well, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
The penny is going to be eliminated.
If you just eliminate the penny, I don't even need to go cashless. I just
Really?
need to-
You're
I
just happy with that?
I just need to know.
That's going to happen.
I just need to, the real thing that I don't like about practical money is pocket full of change. If there's some way to
Really?
to minimize,
I don't like paper money either.
there's
Annoying.
some way to minimize pocket full of change, that'd be great. Like I think one reason Sweden is trying to like get rid of stuff is like most of their money's coins. Like their small bills, their small bills aren't bills, they're coins.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that. I hate having a pocket full of coins,
It is interesting
man.
when you go to
that was the
Europe.
worst part of being in Europe.
Yeah,
You pull out, you feel like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You're like, I have my allowance
Yeah.
and cool bottle caps, and I found this string, and I want to pay with this many. Oh, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah, and there's like a $2 coin.
You get out 8 pounds of money,
Yeah.
and it's only worth 38 cents. It's worth $1.48, and you're like, fuck, why am
Yeah.
I carrying all this? How do you people get rid of this?
Yeah.
That's what I hate. That part of money I hate.
I'm with you on that. I don't like having any of it.
But when shit goes down and we're living in the post-apocalypse and cash is king, I want a duffel bag full of it.
Well,
Full
cash
of
won't be king.
$2 coins.
Cash won't be king in the apocalypse.
No,
it'll be
it'll be
water.
gold.
Water.
Gold and water.
If you have water, you're a god. And then what do? Are you going to drink your money? Are you going to fucking urinate your money right out?
That's why
That's the ultimate irony.
That's why I'm investing in e-water.
Yeah, dude.
Bit water.
Bit water. See, because you go out into the desert and you mine bit water.
Carrying around these gallons of water,
It's so impractical.
it's so impractical. But we can e-trade this water.
Yeah, e-water.
You know? It's like we're not on the gold standard anymore. Eventually, in the post-apocalypse, we're going to move past the water standard.
It's the liquidization of liquid. It's making it much easier to travel with, to get around. E-water. Get on that train. E-water. E-water.
Do you guys want a cashless society? How do you feel about it? let us know. Just let us know by whispering into your phone right now.
We're listening.
Or into your car. But not into where you would think in your car. Whisper into the air conditioning vents.
Yeah.
Or, I guess you could tweet at us.
Oh, yeah, that works too, but we are definitely listening to your air conditioning.
Yeah. Especially if you're in an all digital paperless money society. We're listening. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those
E-water.
With no dash, because that will break the hashtag.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
Don't do that. And hey, if you like listening to the show and you're thinking to yourself, I want to talk more about these stories, or I want to submit stories, or I want to talk to other people that enjoy the show.
Yeah. There are others. You're not the only one. I know everybody thinks that.
We hear when they're in their cars.
Yeah.
And we know they're out there.
Yeah.
They mostly hang out at wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.
It's a cool place for cool people.
Yeah. Cash Jerry's there for like 15 minutes a day.
He's so high.
And then like sometimes really late at night, but don't read any of his posts.
Yeah,
from that.
definitely
It's
do not
super
click on
sad.
any links that he posts.
But wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. Go there.